Financial literacy is the ability to understand and apply various financial skills and knowledge to make informed decisions regarding personal finances. And we are showing low levels of financial literacy according to several studies in the U.S. Only 34% of Americans could correctly answer 4 or 5 basic financial literacy questions in the 2018 National Financial Capability Study, or NFCS, conducted by the FINRA Investor Education Foundation. Many fellow Americans function with a poor level of financial literacy. American adults correctly answered only 50% of the Personal Finance Index questions in 2022 by the TIAA Institute, GFLEC. Financial literacy among our millennials and Gen Z is the major cause for concern, as research indicates that these generations generally lack the necessary knowledge and skills to make informed financial decisions. According to the 2018 NCFS study, 76% of millennials born between 1981 and 1996, and 88% of Gen Z born after 1997 respondents demonstrated low financial literacy. The average percentage of PFIN index questions answered correctly in 2022 by Gen Z and Gen Y is 42% and 46% respectively. So are we facing a financial literacy crisis in the U.S.? While it is difficult to quantify the extent of a financial literacy crisis, here are 8 indicators that suggest the U.S. faces significant challenges in this area. Number 1. Lack of savings. Saving consistently is a vital part of achieving financial security. However, a significant proportion of fellow Americans struggle with savings. The 2020 Financial Health of Young America report highlighted that 54% of Gen Z and 41% of millennials did not have any savings at all. The Federal Reserve's most recent survey of consumer finances, or SCF, also found that the average percentage of income Americans set aside for their savings is only 3.4%. And according to a recent survey conducted by Go Banking Rates, 30% of Americans don't even own a savings account. Number 2. High levels of debt. We have one of the highest levels of consumer debt in the world. According to the Federal Reserve, total household debt in the U.S. reached a record high of $17.05 trillion during the first quarter of this year. High levels of debt indicate a lack of financial literacy among fellow Americans, as they may not understand the long-term consequences and risks associated with excessive borrowing. Number 3. Over-reliance on credit. Credit card debt is another growing issue in the U.S. as a significant number of Americans rely heavily on credit, often due to limited financial knowledge or the inability to manage their finances effectively. According to a 2019 report by Compare Cards, nearly 60% of millennials and 67% of Gen Z respondents carried credit card debt. Gen Xers carried the most credit card debt, with an average balance of $8,134 compared to the average balance per household of $5,910 in the 2022 report by Experian. By the start of 2023, Americans hold a record amount of nearly $988 billion credit card debt according to the Federal Reserve Bank. This suggests a lack of understanding about credit card usage, interest rates, and responsible borrowing. Number 4. Student loan debt burden. Millennials and Gen Z face a considerable burden of student loan debt, which can have long-lasting financial implications. According to the Federal Reserve, total federal and private student loan debt reached $1.78 trillion as of March 2023. The average federal student loan debt is $37,338 per borrower and $54,921 per borrower for private student loan debt. This means the average American student is already knee-deep in over $30,000 of debt before he or she gets a full-time job. The lack of financial literacy can also contribute to poor decision-making regarding loans, repayment options, and overall financial planning. Number 5. Lack of emergency savings. A significant number of fellow Americans struggle to save for emergencies. The Federal Reserve's 2020 report on the economic well-being of U.S. households revealed that 36% of adults would not be able to cover a $400 emergency expense without borrowing money or selling assets. Number 6. Unprepared for retirement. Many fellow Americans are unprepared for retirement. The Employee Benefit Research Institute's 2021 Retirement Confidence Survey found that 42% of workers in the U.S. have not calculated how much money they will need for retirement. Nearly 1/4 of non-retired consumers ages 45 to 75 don't have any kind of financial plan, and nearly half are saving less than 10% of their annual income for retirement. This is according to the 2022 Protected Retirement Income and Planning Study from the Alliance for Lifetime Income and CANNEX. Many millennials and Gen Z individuals also struggle with planning for retirement. A survey by the National Institute on Retirement Security found that 95% of millennials were not saving adequately for retirement. This lack of planning can lead to financial insecurity and an increased reliance on social safety nets. Number 7. Lack of financial education. Financial literacy education is not widely integrated into school curricula. According to the Council for Economic Education's 2020 survey of the states, only 21 states require high school students to take a personal finance course. Many fellow Americans also lack access to quality financial education. In our low-income communities, schools may not offer adequate resources or curriculum to teach financial literacy. Insufficient financial education leaves individuals ill-prepared to navigate complex financial decisions. Number 8. Poor investment knowledge. Numerous studies have shown that individuals often have limited knowledge about investing and the stock market. The TIAA Institute and the Global Financial Literacy Excellence Center's study in 2020 found that only 53% of Americans could correctly answer a basic investment-related question. Compared to older generations, millennials and Gen Z have lower levels of investment knowledge. This can hinder their ability to make informed decisions about investing and building long-term wealth. A 2020 survey by Charles Schwab revealed that only 17% of millennials felt knowledgeable about investing, while 40% reported feeling overwhelmed by investment decisions. All of us at the Better Foundation strongly believe financial knowledge matters. It is the foundation stone to your financial security. We know this for a fact from FINRA Investor Education Foundation's National Financial Capability Study 2021. Respondents with higher financial literacy were more likely to have taken steps to plan for their long-term financial future. This includes calculating retirement savings needs, 52% versus 29%, and opening a retirement account, 70% versus 43%. As a leading advocate for financial security and trusted source of personal finance content, we at the Better Foundation are avid supporters of financial literacy. Financial literacy is very important in the U.S., where our fellow Americans are, to a large extent, solely responsible for ensuring their own financial security. So if you're struggling to understand financial terms and concepts, you don't have to go at it alone. Subscribe to the Better Foundation channel and join our community. We are well aware that fellow Americans have more access than ever to increasingly complex financial products and services through traditional and social media channels. Financial literacy is key to preventing ill-informed decisions that could have negative long-term consequences on your financial well-being. Do let us know what you want to learn, and where you need the most help. With your input, we can find ways to help you and fellow members work better, earn better, save better, invest better and retire better, to combat financial illiteracy. In the coming videos, we'll share steps to improve your personal financial knowledge. This video is part of our Work Better series, where we help you improve your understanding and effective use of personal finance, so you can make better financial decisions. In this way, you're taking steps that bring you closer to achieving your FIRE goals. Support the Better Foundation today and join us on the road to achieving and enjoying a better life.